What's that?
Well, it's the other way. That way, I.
Just got my last chip down there. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to the Heat Army podcast. The podcast that asks the question: would you really want to win away on a Tuesday night at Tamworth anyway? So we've got a laugh. I would cry. Let's say a quick thank you to our sponsors. Hey, of course, for their continued support, and of course, hit that subscribe button. And before we go any further into it, as well, we have been nominated for the Football Content Awards Best Non-League Podcast. The link is below. Please do vote, as is the link for the Non-League Bible Best Podcast, Non-League Podcast as well. And that one, if you click on the link and then refresh, you can vote as many times as you want. And there's Jack coming in to give a quick wave. So yeah, there we go. That's the housekeeping done. And let's bring the boys in. Lads, we had hoped that there might have been a bit of news tonight because Neil Pinkerton, the Gateshead chairman, was meant to be on Radio Newcastle. And I don't know if they couldn't get through to him, but I thought we might have had something come from that regarding the manager front, but we haven't. That didn't happen. We haven't had any scarves held up either. Hopefully we get a manager in by the weekend, but yeah, it's still the waiting game, isn't it, boys?
It's better not be after Tuesday night.
We're meant to be positive. Come on.
Well, look, I'm not going to cane the lads. It's Mental Health Awareness Day, and I'm not going to cane the lads because I probably feel crap as it is, but it wasn't good enough on Tuesday night. Sorry. So that's as far as I'm going to go.
Well, it would have been a nice boost for us to have a manager in for Saturday. You know what I mean?
It would be, but it's okay not to be okay. And of course, our friend Mark Carruthers is the patron. Is it share if you care? Or care if you share?
If you care, share.
If you care, share. I always get it wrong. So obviously we've always pushed that.
Especially you blokes out there.
Yeah, definitely. We've all got to talk about it. And Tuesday night, well, we had a lot of huff and puff, but we didn't have anything at the end, did we? Unfortunately, in that game. We all watched it together, boys. It was hard work at times.
Frustrating.
Hard work. I've already said I'm not going to talk about it. It was absolute garbage.
I'm nervous what's about to come out of Mickey's mouth. Yeah.
Well, it was garbage. I'm not making. We didn't want to be there.
We didn't turn up.
Felt sorry for themselves. Stand up, be counted, put some tackles in. There wasn't any tackles whatsoever. Yeah, we had plenty of the ball, but we've done balls all with it.
We didn't turn up. We weren't at the races. They were up for it. They wanted the points more than us. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
I think conditions probably didn't help us. Where heads were down, and obviously no manager and all of that.
Yeah, we can make a million and one excuses, but you just had to look on the field.
Yeah,
Tamworth were the better team.
Absolutely.
Let's try and cheer us up with some lovely messages. We've got evening all from Ken Webster, Sean Parry. We've got the lovely Darcy, and I'm sure it was. I might be wrong. Was it Darcy's birthday this week?
Was it?
I might be wrong. We'll find out. If Johnny Great and let us know. Good timing for the England game. Is England game playing tonight?
They're playing Greece tonight.
In Greece.
Didn't even know.
Is anyone bothered? Yeah.
Well, we've got evening all from Trina. We've got Vanessa, the lovely Vanessa, twice in a week. I know, that's what my wife says. We've also got,
normally the main Steely.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Acting up like a pork pie at a Jewish wedding. So yeah, we're all okay, Craig.
We're good, yeah.
And lads, Plastic pitch, bad weather, don't mix unless you play on it every week. But we do train on it. Don't be fooled. You know, we are. It's not like we're completely au fait to the plastic 4G pitches. You know, the lads do train on it regularly.
The thing is, we had a similar dip. If you remember when Mike left, we had a similar dip, didn't we? Did we get beat 4-0 off Files the game after? We had a real dip of like confidence and all of that, and chips were down, and it was just doom and gloom around the place. Now we got the new manager, and there was a bounce back. So, and anyway, if we don't get a new manager, I've decided to have my little strap line where it's, "Oh, how do you do this, Davey?" Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm going to go for. We're going to get him in 2 weeks' time.
Mickey for manager.
Get Mickey in.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
well.
Get you in, mate. Fancy a job. You would have went on.
Can you imagine them looking at me on the touchline? I'd be like Steve Evans.
Hey, at least you'd go on Radio Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, we've got messages coming in still. We've got Alan Guest says evening all. We've got what's it? Mickey wanted to turn it off at one point on Tuesday night.
I did turn it off.
Also, as well, Trina's starting the rumour mill. She's seen a couple of people chatting in Sainsbury's as well. We've got evening gents, poor game against Tamworth. Not good enough, I'm afraid. But as the story goes, we move on. Congrats on your nomination. Thank you very much. Of course, not just us as well. There's Dan Bell in the best YouTuber as well in that. In the foundation, please vote for the foundation.
The non-league Bible is definitely on the foundation for the foundation. Please vote for the foundation.
Yeah.
Yes. And Rooney the GOAT. And as we say, you can hit refresh and vote again. So have a minute of just hitting refresh and voting and getting them.
Don't voted. Say that, because Joe Armstrong at the foundation will be pressing every button she possibly can.
There you go. That's what she's got to do. We've got what's that? Defense was. Has anyone got a crossword? It's or hangman.
Salt.
Our good friend Ruth, who was on Monday night, she says hi. Duke and Nat say hello too.
Hello. Hello, Nat. How the devil are you?
we hope the in-laws are enjoying it.
Can you tell me where the garden party is?
One was amused.
Great guest, by the way.
Nat must be the only one who watches the stream with Pims.
Oh man, puts on his Wimbledon whites to relax and watch.
With a Cliff Richard.
Yeah, and also as well, we said get well soon to Liz. She had an operation on Monday, but she was getting home. We hope she got home safe and sound, where she can rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
She's got a bit of a road ahead of her, and some, it isn't very nice. But we're here for you. The whole football Gateshead family is, and we're thinking of you. And as I say, we'll no doubt see you soon, hopefully at a game once you're fit and ready for it. Durham Senior Cup, there was also a game on Monday night that was on. We were talking about it during the game. They won 1-0. Lucas Lowry with the goal. The lads have got the draw. They've got West Auckland away. So, that's going to be a decent little game to go to in the next round. So, by the way, Mickey, we're going to have to just stop it right here, and you're going to have to warm up your larynx, stretch out that throat muscle, Mickey, because you're going to have to warble. Darcy was 11 yesterday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Darcy. Happy birthday to you.
He's old enough to get birthday.
Congratulations. Hope you had a good birthday, Darcy.
Absolutely.
Yes. Ken Rose is
having the messages.
Well, let's have a little look.
Oh, have you got highlights of the game, Jamie?
I haven't. Is there any?
Well, Wheelo scored at the end.
No, he did. We always tend to put highlights when it's a home game. The away games, obviously, we've got like permission off the club to use the highlights that they put up. So,
I see.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers of anyone, so we'll keep with where we've got permission on that. We've got let's have a little look. We met Roof, Duke and Nate at the school opening even last night. Didn't get a chance to talk about the Heed, though. I hope you talked about the podcast. I think that's probably the what you should have been talking about, of course. I mean,
we met Ruth Duke.
Yeah. Roof's Duke. I think that's great, that, isn't it? Roof's Duke. Duke that.
He's not going to live that doing it. Everyone just going to call him Duke from now on.
He walks around with like a Louis II sash, just like a posh brooch on it and that. And he's like, "Children, hello!" And as he walks past, and he's 3-inch heels and tights.
That's in the privilege of his own home.
No, that's at school. That's at school. So there we go. We've got an evening from Thomas Boyle. Right. Let's have a look here. Mick Scully, disappointing that some feel it necessary to single out individual players recently. We all have our views on certain players, but calling them out on social media is unlikely to make them play better. Completely agree. Just say, I think in private, everyone has the thoughts and views on that. What I do remember, what we always do remember on the podcast is that, of course we're allowed to criticize, but I think as a team, we applaud them as a team when they win, and criticize them as a team when they lose. And we've been, I'll say it over and over, and people may think I'm just a broken record, but we've been blessed these last 5 years. Yeah. We've had great football, and you can probably count on one hand, maybe 6 fingers, bad games in the last 5 years. There's not many clubs can say that. So yeah, but just be mindful, obviously, because the players, you interact with them. A lot of these people shake your hand on an away game, yet we still see the criticism online after you've just spoke to them. So people, think what you're doing. We've got a lovely one here from Liv. She's put, "Good evening, all." So fantastic stuff, and thank you for all the kind messages. And yes, and 1 second. Oh, sorry. One is impressed by your southern accents.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Oh, thank you.
Well, see, Steely's used to it because he does telly. Davey Gaddis does telly, and I've got one for radio. So if anybody should be getting praised, it's me.
I think. Well, when we do get the Duke of Kells Lane, Nate, on the show,
Duke of Kells Lane,
we will push the boat out and buy some Viscounts biscuits.
Viscount biscuits.
And you can even
my goodness gracious me!
You can take the tinfoil home with them as well. Right,
and make a crown.
Oh, he's got to go to Burger King before a game, hasn't he, and wear a crown before every game. That would be amazing. And Darcy says, "Thank you, everybody." So had a lovely birthday, and as
I hope you kept with some cake, Darcy.
Some goal by Lowry. Haven't seen that one yet.
It was a hell of a goal.
Is that the Shields winner? Aye.
Yeah. Is that the? It's cut in from the right-hand side and fired it inside the near post in the roof of the net, any? It's a hell of a goal.
I'll have to have a look out. Have to have a look out for that one.
Pick that one out.
I think that was, we did see on social media. Of course, none of us were there to comment on it, but apparently there was disappointed by some fans. Apparently there was some silly things chanted at the game by a small minority at the game.
And I'm setting up friggin' pyros. Jesus Christ. It's a Durham Challenge Cup game, lads. Screw your heat on.
Exactly. It's just give you a head a shake, because you'll not be welcome back at the game, because no doubt the club know who you are. So you got to keep yourselves in check, boys. Game is on BBC on Saturday. Red Button, it is, and it's a 3:30 kickoff. As mentioned here, I think that's because you can't broadcast a 3 p.m. kickoff, can you? In England,
I don't think so. Sure, BBC now what they're doing.
3:30 is fine.
Yeah,
good. Good to watch.
We've got a message here. Viscount biscuits. Haven't seen them in ages. That's because you're common. It's Viscount biscuits and caviar around here every night. Christ, mate.
Yes.
I like all these custard creams, mate.
Oh,
Custard bourbon biscuits.
oh, I'm sorry if you're not having a Garibaldi. I don't know what you're having.
I don't like currants that flies without wings and legs.
Oh, I like them biscuits. They're lush.
I had a giant cookie, but it'll be stale by next time I see you all. Well,
It's okay. We'll just get your address off, Johnny. We'll just barge in tomorrow when you're at school and finish it off.
The Duke of Kells Lane will only eat it if it's got gold leaf. It's got.
Hey, that's going to get a bit of a complex, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Poor lads, probably like next time I was saying he was speaking like a broad Geordie accent, like, "Oh, why I?"
I doubt it, but
preventing the 3 p.m. kickoff, possibly. I think that's what it could be. Let's have a little look here. I'll be watching on the red button on Saturday. Yeah, of course, the team does travel down 16 miles away from where they were on Tuesday night. Another big day on the road. Hopefully, there'll be a manager there. There's rumor mills going across. We spoke about it all on the other day. Hopefully, it happens. And we can get someone in place pretty quick. It would be nice. To get that little bit of stability back, wouldn't it?
It would.
Plus it gives poor Greg Ollie the chance to rest his bloody leg. In my opinion, I know he's the captain and things like that, but someone with a major injury like that shouldn't be running the bloody line. Just my opinion.
I think as well. I think it just gives, it just makes everything stable, doesn't it? Because you know where you stand then. You've got a manager in place. He's your manager for certainly the rest of the season, so the players can respond to him. Well, now it just feels like you're in limbo, doesn't it? You're just like, oh, what's going on? Who's coming in? Who's going? So yeah.
Talking of comings and goings, this is breaking news that we've got here from Thomas Boyle. Was coming home from college last week. Dan Jones drove past me. Well, I think it was him. There we go.
Well, thanks for that, Tom.
Thank you for that.
I'll sleep much easier knowing that now, Tom. Thank you.
Somebody just spat their bike count out in Low Fell.
What's the next game, by the way? After Saturday, what's the next game?
I'll bring that up in a second, but someone's pushing for a knighthood.
Altrincham away.
Altrincham, tough game.
Tough game, aye. That's a whole 7 days later, so, hopefully a manager by Altrincham. Hopefully.
Well, you'd see a bit of a baptism of fire, really, wouldn't you? It's a
tough game, that, like.
That
was one of the best away games of the season last season. That 3-2 win away at them last season. Can you remember?
Oh, it was excellent. I was there. Loved every minute of it. Kane Adams' goal and Kieran Evans' goal. Hail Kieran Evans.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As you say, we have the Hednesford away on
Saturday.
As long as there isn't a replay, there won't be a game for 7 days. Then it's away to Altrincham, then away again to Sutton United, and then at home to Solihull Moors. So another important run in, and then you look after that, Fylde and Aldershot going into the middle of November. So there's no easy games.
Tell you what, it's just as well with that rain on Tuesday night. Just as well, Greg Ollie's boot was made of that plastic stuff. Because if it had been like one of them chalk ones, it would have been paper mache by the end of that game.
Just dissolved, yeah. But yeah, and you're welcome from Thomas Boyle. So keep the information coming. Great. On a positive, I say the credit to the lads. Things weren't coming off, but they kept going. We got the goal, obviously, but just it wasn't enough on the night. And
too late.
And what was more frustrating was that Tamworth weren't that great either.
With no disrespect
to them, more than us, though.
Yeah,
they did. I know it can come across as sour grapes, but I wasn't impressed by them. Put it that way.
Well, they're fighting for their lives, aren't they? I mean, they said they're part-time, and they're just trying to survive in the division. They know their aim for the season, and that's just to be above that bottom four. And they said it's largely made of a squad from the Southern Premier League, so it's like they've been together for 3 years.
So to be fair, the first goal was well taken.
It's a great win for them. Beating the fourth top team, great win.
Oh, yeah.
I
mean, that could be a pivotal result come the end of the season for them.
Exactly.
Vanessa has put, our rumour mill always starts at an Asda petrol station. All I'm saying is keep your eyes peeled. So, is anyone at the Asda petrol station near the Metro Centre? See if there's anyone that they know go past.
Yep.
Thomas Boyle, you see people go past, you can get there.
Well, I'm sure Thomas Boyle would like to break it before everybody else. He has done all summer.
Yeah. Apparently, well, this is a good one here. Is Beck ineligible for the Solihull game? I'd imagine.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
You're not going to let him play against the parent club, are they?
No.
You wouldn't have thought so.
Craig Hill.
Is he eligible for the FA Cup? Will Solihull say he can't play in the FA Cup neither? Just in case. They've been it. I don't know. Maybe.
I can't say that. Obviously, it's Craig Hilton's birthday when we play Solihull as well. Fair play to Greg for leading the team against Tamworth. Yeah, it's always good to see Greg doing his thing. You chop him in half. He's like a bar of rock. He's sweet. Yeah, he's got the Gateshead written through him. Right, we're going to play a little advert on our socials. We'll be back in a second.
There's something you want to tell me?
We're back. Right, as I say, somehow, and big thank you to the Mr. Gray. He is invaluable to us on the Heed Army podcast with the prediction league. We'll get the predictions in later on, but let's have a little flash of that league table. I know it's quite.
Well, it's not going to change because then we're predicted 2-1 defeat away to Tamworth.
One person.
No, Davy Steele predicted 2-0. So there's nobody got anything really out of that, no points at all. So I'm still clinging on by the roots of my fingertips now. Enjoy it while it lasts, David. You're up there. I'll not be up there much longer.
You're like a little winnet.
I'm like a little winnet. Just won't cut it.
You're just clinging on. You're just clinging on. You know what I mean?
Big winnet and a little one.
Little.
Anyway. Also, if you are just joining us, of course, we mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we've been nominated for the Football Content Awards. The link is below. Best in Non-League Podcast vote for Best Graphic Design in Northern Beast Media. Also vote for Dan Bell in Best Non-League YouTuber. And we've also been noted for the Non-League Bible Best Non-League Podcast, as has Dan Bell being nominated for Best YouTuber and Gateshead FC Foundation. So get the votes in, and the links are below. That's the one for the Non-League Bible. And there is a little trick. If you press refresh once you've voted, you can vote again. So please do, numerous times.
I know, but that's insinuating that would cheat.
Cheat. Just means we've got the best fans. Right. I seen a bloke that looked like Aaron Ten Hag on the Team Valley earlier.
Oh, there we go. I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him.
Yeah. We've got here. Josh Walden was the only person to predict a Tamworth win. Oh, there we go. Well done, Josh. Let's have a look back on the. I didn't see it on there. Let's have a look.
If you're listening, Josh, you splitter.
Yeah.
It's a competition. That's the whole point of it.
I know.
Yeah, don't go against your team. I've met Josh before. He's a canny lad, to be fair.
Good. Well, I'm still
refreshing. A propaganda against me, though.
I'm refreshing the club website, and obviously there isn't anything happening on the Twitter. That is, I was wondering if we might get a breaking announcement while we're on air, but nope. I think we're just clutching at straws.
You're better off going onto the Sky Sports and saying there's a bloke with a dildo. Waiting for the.
That's the glory days of transfer
deadline day.
Yeah,
live TV.
What possessed someone to go into one of them? I do not know.
I was devastated when I looked at
found one on here. It was brought in by the Gulls. So
Seriously?
Yeah, it was found. We found it in a gull nest. Yeah, 10-inch one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that when it's slower? Look at the size of the dick on that bitch.
I've got to say, I was a bit shocked when I was walking around, and it was just like, what? The worst thing about it, mate. Do you want to hear the worst thing about it? Is that the boss, my boss, was visiting the next day. She was coming on to do an inspection, and so the lads, I was unaware of this, of course. They put it in this sort of cupboard, which they knew I was going to go and show my boss. So just opened the door, and there it was, in front of my boss, and I was sort of like, oh god,
hey. Wow.
What happens on the May stays on the May. But yeah, it was in a gull nest. Yeah, so some gull had picked it up somewhere. Flew it in the nest.
Well, there you go. I mean,
stories.
I bet there was a few flying about in Florida.
It's like gulls.
You can imagine the birds if we're saying, God, if you get one of them with bird flu, where can I give it?
Oh, true stories on Ireland.
Yeah, wow.
Well, we didn't. I mean, obviously,
there's one for the shorts for later on.
I'm sure that will do really well on the show.
We were quite shocked. It's to be fair to be said.
Is that the strangest thing you've ever found washed up on the island?
Yeah. Yes, well, certainly I can repeat on this show tonight. Yeah, absolutely. It's before the watershed. There was other things.
It's not body parts, is it?
No, not body parts. Thankfully.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's in concrete well. Anyway, we've got more volunteer, more messages. Of course, yes, sad news. A few former Gateshead players had played with George Baldock, who's passed away in Greece. Found, I don't know what's happened if he slipped and fell or had
dropped his pool, didn't he?
Found his pool, but I think JJ O'Donnell played with him. There's quite a few that have tweeted that have been involved with Gateshead in the past. So yeah, horrendous news. He's only 31.
So the age at all, really, is it?
Not at all. Not at all. But Sean Parry's put, wonder if we can convince Kevin Keegan to come as manager. I know, but you wouldn't like us because we can defend.
Hey, be careful, because that is one of my all-time football heroes.
Oh yeah, I like Kevin Keegan, but I don't think he's that enticed by management these days, is he? Plus, he's in his 70s now as well, won't he?
Right, 72 now, believe it or not, Kevin Keegan.
Is Kevin Keegan 72, bless him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, when your childhood heroes are getting on in years.
Yeah.
But Alan Pardew, anyone as manager? No, you're all right.
No.
Hey, but you're seeing Premier League managers drop down into non-league. Look at Kidderminster with
Phil Brown.
Yeah. So it stranger things have happened. Oh yes, this is another thing. I think
if money was no object, like literally, and you could get any manager, who would you take?
Can we have 5 minutes on that?
That's a good one.
Give me 5 minutes. Just
put that one out to the listeners as well. If money was no object, which manager would you bring in from world football, past or present?
Oh, past or present?
No, just present.
Oh, just
a realistic one. A realistic manager for Gateshead. If money wasn't the object.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a question and a half.
Well, someone's already jumped in. Thomas Boyle said he would take Pep.
Well, yeah, that's not exactly realistic, is it? But
I'm not sure. But we mentioned this on Monday. But well done. Nice to see JJ O'Donnell back in football. He's signed for Dunstan. So playing very soon. Of course, with some former Gateshead mates as well there. So lovely to see JJ back involved in football. I see him quite a lot because he just lives around the corner. So I see he's coaching car and van, knocking about. So yeah, it's nice to see JJ back in there. But yeah, someone's got. Well, Darcy's going up there. She's going Mikel Arteta as manager.
Arteta.
Realistic ones. Someone's went Stuart Maynard from Notts County.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's doing a decent job there as well. He went in and he, they weren't that convinced by him, but he's doing well now.
He had to steady the ship, didn't he?
He did. They're up there. They're in the playoffs.
Funny enough, I've written two managers. Realistic ones was Alan Devonshire and Stuart Maynard.
Stuart Maynard, yeah.
Well, we've got someone said Magne. We've got Alan Kennedy. Alan Kennedy must be getting on.
He
must be.
I remember playing for Colin Dynamos. Can you, Steely?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, God, Colin. That must have been the early 90s. So
Barry Stimpson was playing for them.
Yeah, that's
imagine if NUFC fans, if Eddie Howe crossed the river. He's allergic to silverware. He'll not come here. We've got Pastor. It's a doing Howard Kendall in present Pep. That's a good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, good old Howard Kendall.
Mags is getting another shout. Paul Cook.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
Paul Cook. Yeah.
Trina would say that ex-Chesterfield, you see.
Oh, Bobby Robson.
Bobby Robson, yeah. This one I don't agree with at all because I think he's a one club man and I think would only ever work at one club. But that's Mark White.
Yeah. He's still there, isn't he? Is he still managing them?
Yeah. They're not having a season. Hello there. You all right?
Sub.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Sub. Yeah. There we go. Subscribe, everybody. Are you gonna say night? Night. There we go. He's got his stinks. Jesus.
I thought he was just trying to sub you. Yeah, get Davey off. So substitution, get him off.
Well, Jason Tyndall. There's Patrick Story. We've got Craig Moen. Yeah,
the Curzon manager.
He's been talked about, hasn't he? Yeah.
George Ellacoby.
Ellacoby from Maidstone, yeah.
No.
Paul Tisdale, ex-Exeter manager, and that he still is. He played good football.
Just like him. Yeah. What do you say?
What do you call it? Harrison, who's leading TNS into Europe at the moment.
Is it Mark Harrison or something?
I can't. I went to school.
I know how he is. Craig Harrison.
Is he from the northeast? That guy?
Yeah, he's from Gateshead. He went to Middlesbrough and not Middlesbrough, sorry, Hartlepool, and it just didn't work. That was when Hartlepool were in just a mess, and but he's shown what he can do in Wales. He's got them in European competition now, properly, not just qualifying rounds.
Yeah, he's got them in the group, hasn't he?
Got them in the group stage, yeah. So amazing stuff what he's done down there. But that would be a one. If you had like money to get a realistic manager, anyone was, I'd probably throw that hat in the ring.
I can't Paul Tisdale.
Reece McCabe has Airdrie playing well. A few clips I've seen on Twitter anyway. Yeah, Ferguson. I don't know if that's Alex or his son. Even Jay and Beardsley. Hasn't ventured into management, has he? And had a few issues as well. And I think that's
behind the scenes. Yeah,
I think that's hampered him from ever getting that. But yeah, I mean, as I say, we're halfway through the show now. We can keep your realistic manager suggestions to come in. If money was no object, you could get a realistic manager. Not saying you can go out and bring in like Zidane, or someone like that. Yeah, someone who you think would go there. Here's a couple. Tony Mowbray. I don't think he'd drop down to this level, but hopefully he's all right.
Yeah.
Mark Hughes has been dropping down the leagues. He has. He still loves it. See, Steve Harper hasn't. I don't think he'd venture away from his role at Newcastle United. It's a safe job there. And also Alex Ferguson there. And Simon Grayson. We mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Simon Grayson.
Yeah, Grayson. Well, no, he's corrected himself, Grayson there. But FA Cup, lads, Saturday, of course, we know it's on the red button, 3:30 kickoff because of the kickoff times and broadcast rules. But I mean, this is a very important game. Last year's was when we got through against Yeovil, and it went arse over tit. That one, we can't really afford to have a repeat performance. We know that the club has money and everything goes into the kitty, and a cup run, whether you get second or third round or got a big team at home in the first round, is imperative.
Yeah, and
it's worth £9,000 if you win on Saturday.
Yeah.
What's worrying as well is they've got nothing to lose. You know, let's be honest, they're going as the underdogs. You know, a few divisions below, so you know they're just going, well, it's a free hit for them. It's us who can be embarrassed by it. So
well, that's the thing. I mean, we could probably rattle off loads. I mean, Liversidge, we got battered there once when it looked like an easy route through. Gainsborough Trinity many years ago.
I still blame Pat for that. You had to mention that. You've got me heckled straight up. Never forget Frank Johnson walking past me in the car park. I says, "Where you going?" He says, "I'm going home. I'm not playing for that." Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. Was that when
Ben Cole got stuck goal?
Oh, poor Ben. You know what it is? He went on to be a great goalkeeper at Northern League level and above that. But if anyone that wasn't around then, Ben Cole was put in the nets. He was a young lad, and he was a deer in the headlights, wasn't he? Rabbit in the headlights, and he ran to the corner flag with the ball. He got the edge of his box, and he just kept running, and it got dispossessed, and it got crossed in and put into an empty net. And I think he pushed one into the top of the net as well, didn't he? Trying to save it.
Yeah, long range, yeah. I'll never forgive Platt for that.
Yeah, and Ben Cole
was one of the worst performances I've seen, but we've lost no Shields, Billingham, Concert.
I remember no Shields. Concert. Oh, that was awful. Home game against Concert.
Got Mansfield away now in the next round.
He did, which,
someone's put, could Steve Watson be tempted back? I don't think so.
Nah.
I wouldn't want him back.
No. Nice bloke, but as I say,
I think he'd be on too good a crack at Darlington, to be fair.
Possibly. Yeah. And
I don't want him back. Don't go back.
He's contracted there as well, and I can't see us paying to get to a contract like that. So,
because I didn't want Terry Mitchell back, I can't stand him.
I don't think he likes you.
Well, the feeling's mutual. So
that's him. Tommy Cassidy didn't like you. My God, there's a whole list of people, isn't there?
It's all the nice guys, isn't it?
Oh, hey.
He's not
you weren't stood on that bloody terrace when we played Bromsgrove that day. Steely was.
No, was I? It was awful. It was abject. 3-0.
The closest we come to scoring that day, Mr. Gaddis, was when it hit the roof of the stand we were stood in. That was the closest we got all day. Yeah. And that was Mickey Farry had a shot for about 30 yards.
Yeah.
Gone all that way as well. That was awful.
We've got here Mick Scully's put James Marwood probably on too much at Newcastle though. Well, I think he's heavily involved in youth football, isn't he, in the development, and I think he's just moved to Newcastle. I would be very shocked if that would be the case, you know.
Well, the reason he's moved there is because Newcastle's trying to improve their youth setup to the standard that's been set at Middlesbrough.
Mm-hmm. They've took a lot of the Middlesbrough setup to try and get it up to standards, and I wish James Marwood all the best. I seen him in, I think it was pre-season a couple of years ago when we played Newcastle and stuff. It was nice to see him play Middlesbrough actually. Sorry, now he's at Newcastle. We've got one here. Another suggestion here. Gateshead boy, completely random. But what about Gateshead lad Andy Carroll? I've seen obviously.
Believe it or not, he's scoring goals for Bordeaux.
Yeah, he's playing in. He was playing and scoring great goals in the second division in France last year. Now he's dropped down to the 4th or 5th with Bordeaux. And I've seen an article where it said it's actually costing him money to play, but they're still paying him $3,500 a week. Wow. So yeah, I don't know how much money it's exactly costing him to play for them. You know what I mean? 12 grand a month, and he's got, you know, unless he's living and traveling in every day or something, you know, ridiculous. But yeah, I can't see. And also as well, I think he likes the lifestyle up there, because if he comes back here, he's not going to be able to go to a restaurant without people wanting autographs and getting bugged. And I think the lifestyle he's got in France at the moment suits him down to the ground.
Yeah.
He's enjoying his football. He isn't pestered going to get the newspaper. Not that people buy newspapers now, really, but you know, to go and get his baguette and his string of onions. You know, obviously his French lifestyle, but yeah, that's what Nate does. You know, when he goes over to France, he gets the bicycle out and the string.
I mean, I take you to stereotype the French.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to stereotype Nate now. But when he goes, he gets the the bicycle out and he's
he sends the butler.
He sends the butler. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, he doesn't do it himself.
He sends his footman.
All right, going to take the darling buds of me to send the Rolls Royce out. We've got Graham Jones' suggestion. I can't see Alan Shearer.
No.
Never. I think he got his fingers burnt with Newcastle United and nearly lost his status. I don't think he'll ever risk that again in football, Mr. Shearer. Plus, he's on too good of money at the BBC.
He's probably going to take over a match of the day sooner enough, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's got. I think
he'll
be a pundit for the next 20 years if he plays his cards right. Someone's putting fight talk in the chat here. They put Lee Clark, a former Spartan. No, thank you.
He was absolutely. Stevie was absolutely crap at Blythe.
Awful. Yeah. We've got Patrick Story said Carroll likes to there. He's away from the tabloids and the paparazzi, I think. Yeah. Obviously, he's just another ex-Premier League footballer playing abroad, isn't he? That's all he is. He was never really the top echelon, so he can fade into the background playing in France.
I think he could be being a bit harsh there. He played for Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not like it's Zidane dropping down, is it? And going to pestered by the.
No, I'm not that, but he's still quite a name. I wouldn't mind him playing centre forward for us.
I wouldn't say no. Lee Clark is managing in the Sudan at the minute. Best place for him.
He's in Sudan.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he was in Libya as well for a while, managing there. He's been in a few little, shall we say, tin pot leagues, but he got experience with live, so it's all right. Yeah, he got experience with live with a tin pot club. I
mean, when you look at his start at Huddersfield, you thought he was going to fly, didn't you?
It's a strange one, though, isn't it? Because obviously his career in management was really good with Huddersfield, and you thought they're going to get into the Championship. They eventually did. Then he went on to Birmingham, and you thought, here we are. He's kicked on another level to a bigger club, and then it just seemed to nosedive, and every club was a rapid firing after that.
Well, when he went to Birmingham, to be fair to him, the budget was cut because the owner wasn't he arrested that Chinese guy for money embezzlement?
Yeah. But he's been it wasn't
so
he at Bury? Wasn't he at Bury for like 3 weeks or something like that?
Yeah,
it was at Bury, but that's when Bury was spending silly players. He had more players in the stand than there was on the pitch.
So it is. So I think Lee Clark isn't probably the one that everyone would like to go for. But if he is, welcome. No, I'm joking. Imagine you get an announcement tomorrow and we've just absolutely slated the lad, and he's like, I'm not coming on that podcast.
Next Friday, the podcast. Welcome, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lee. Lee,
you've been absolutely crap everywhere you've been. What made you take the Gateshead job on?
He was sacked by Al Merrick in Sudan after 51 days, where he did better than what he did.
Bad you have to be sacked after 51 days. Wowza. That's pretty bad. Hey, in world news,
that's Nobby Solano, Big
match tonight, half time. Gibraltar 0, San Marino 0.
Oh, hey, I tell you what. Actually, is there a Gateshead connection in that? Is the mighty Reece State on the bench?
I wonder if he is. Yeah, let's have a look at the lineup for that one. Either one of them have probably never won in world football for years. Like, it'd be major if one of them wins tonight.
It would be. Let's have a little look. Is Reece State
England 0-0? So
yeah, I don't think.
I wouldn't have thought so. He must be finished by now. Reece State, sure.
He was in the squad a couple of the last couple of games, or definitely last year.
He must be about the same age as Roger Miller now.
He's not involved. But yeah, right. Well, let's go from like one important thing to another. The prediction league, boys. Woo! Can one of us actually get a result right this week? I'll go first this time because I've been obviously letting you go first, and I'm gonna go 2-0 Gateshead on Saturday.
So I'm going 3-1 Gateshead.
That's just what I've written down, Steely.
I think it'll be tight. I think it'll be close, and then we'll score later on, make it 3-1. We'll all go.
I'm still going to go with 3-1. I agree with Steely.
Fair enough.
There we go. So 3-1.
And
Sean Parry.
I think it's a perfect way for them to bounce back and get a bit of credibility after Tuesday night.
And also, could there be a manager in the dugout for that game as well? We just don't know. There could be a bounce off that as well. Sean Parry's won 2-0. St. Geordie 3-1 to Gateshead. Ken Webster 2-1 to Gateshead. Craig Hilton 2-1 to Gateshead. Story 2-0 win. I think that is from Patrick Story. And 3-0 to us, says Mr. Luke. Keep them coming in. But yeah, FA Cup, you always fear it, don't you? You just want to get to that first round and be the one.
Especially when you're away to someone like this. Like, I mean, we've done last year against Stourbridge, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done all right in the FA Cup in recent years, like, you know, sort of first and second rounds in recent years. So it would be nice to get a decent, you know, football league club as well. Someone a bit different, you know, someone who we haven't sort of played in the last decade or so. You know,
Alan Guest
Charlton game was canny. Anyway,
yeah, Alan Guest has went 2-0 to Gateshead. Johnny Gray 2-0 to Gateshead. John Ollie 3-0 to Gateshead. And dare I say, in the Roof and Nate house, they are counting what goals they're going to put on. But see, that's always thinking. And we've got 2-1 at Gateshead. Now, I can imagine at the next home game, I'm going to get a load of Viscounts throwing off us from the back of the stand going, "You rotter!"
I hope so, because I'll be stood next to you.
Catching them.
It's too right. I like a Viscount biscuit.
You rotter down there, taking the mick. Have you ever had an orange Viscount?
Yeah, I think I might have, yes.
Yeah, orange Viscounts were quite nice.
I like the mint ones as well. In fact, I just like biscuits full stop. Can you not tell by the shape I am?
What's your favourite, Mickey?
Chocolate hobnobs.
Oh, yeah, good shout.
Yeah,
if I open a packet of them, I cannot help myself. I've just got to keep going back until there's none left.
I do like an oaty treat. We've got, I reckon, a manager next week, give them a week to settle in with the players and learn how they play rather than 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Yeah. Darcy Gray has went 2-1. Can she get the prediction right on her birthday week? We've got Trina has went 4-0 to the Heed. And the what I'm trying to think, what do you call the Duke's wife?
The Duchess.
The Duchess. Yeah. Ruth has put 2-0. We reckon 2-0 to the Heed. So hopefully they're 0-0 half time between England and whoever they're playing.
Greece is it? So. He doesn't care.
I don't care. Oh, here's one of my rivals here in the up the top there. Thomas Lovejoy says Hednesford 0, Gateshead 3. Should be a similar scoreline to Dunstan when we played them. And we've got the burning question here. Now we should put this to the Duke and Duchess as well, because this will tell how classy they are. But do you put chocolate hobnobs in the cupboard or the fridge?
Well, I know where mine go.
I'd put
9 times out of 10. They didn't get a chance to go in the fridge. They didn't get a chance to get in the freaking cupboard normally.
Chocolate digestives and hobnobs go in the cupboard because you don't want a cold dunk, do you? You don't want to be putting your cold stuff into hot stuff.
I tell you, what is nice, you get 2 hobnobs together, 2 chocolate hobnobs, you put some peanut butter in the middle, sandwich them together. Marvellous.
Oh, never tried that.
Oh, God, man. What? Oh, hey, we've really opened a can of worms here. Is it milk or dark chocolate hobnobs?
Oh, dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate.
I like both, because I like dark chocolate as well, so...
There we go. Ken likes
dark chocolate goes better with coffee.
As does Ruth. She likes it in the cupboard as well. So there we go. We've got the
Ruth likes it in the cupboard, does she? Well, that's good.
Likes it in the cupboard apparently. Oh, right. Yeah. So there we go. Chocolate.
I'll put my biscuits there.
Yeah, biscuits. Chocolate. That's another thing. Well, ask Ruth because I don't know how new they are to the podcast. Do you keep your chocolate in the fridge or in the cupboard? I say fridge.
Oh, I'm a cupboard person.
Oh. You like, you get a nice chocolate whisper and put it in the fridge and you get out. Oh man.
Davey Allen used to put all his chocolate in the fridge.
Wrong. It's the fridge. It is the fridge. That's where you got to put it. It's got to be in
Sean
the fridge.
Parry, you're wrong, mate. Everyone's entitled opinion, but I'm afraid you're wrong.
Sean White's prediction is 1-0 to Gateshead. Yeah.
Sean, I don't know if I could take that.
Tell it me.
Well, and Mickey on hobnobs. Mickey on hobnobs. We've got Ken Webster. See, this is some classy people in this chat. Absolute classy people.
Yeah.
Just one.
I mean, let's scan for it here. Who's player of the season so far for you, by the way, guys? Was it 10 games in now?
Oh, I don't think it's been a particularly outstanding individual, has it? If someone playing well.
One second, just before going any further, I'll check on that with the servants.
Is that what you call the kids?
I bet it's like an episode of Upstairs Downstairs. You know, they'll all come down for the morning tea.
Oh, Mr. Darcy.
My word, where is the Duke? His bacon is getting cold. My crutch is being kicked away on a match day and I just tumbled down the stairs. That's you, even.
You vagabond.
Yes.
Mickey, he hasn't particularly played well in the last couple of games, but I would go for Regan Booty.
We've got a few booties there.
Yeah, I thought he's had a great start of the season, and his head's not in it the last couple of games because I think, well, obviously the manager going, but probably him. There he is. Shake that booty. Oh yeah.
That still looks more like Callum Whelan to me, like.
No, in the flesh, it's definitely booty. Remember, £6 each. If you'd like to place an order, £6 each for your booty doll, and he's got the booty. Right.
Who would you go for, Davey, lad?
Well, Sean White's put Radcliffe, but he's only been here a month.
He started well, yeah.
Started really well.
Ben.
Craig Hilton's put Hunter. We haven't got one. Brooks, yeah, I think I'd go with Brooks as well. You know, I think he started up to be fantastic.
He's solid, Brooks, like. And
he's been called up twice to the Ireland under-21s, which, you know,
that worries me, you know, lads.
Yeah,
putting them on display, kind of thing.
Well, I know it always is a
happen, isn't it?
Vanessa has put Oseni. Yeah, he's still growing, scoring goals.
Yeah, I think he's still learning.
Wheelo for me.
Oh, we've got I'll buy it.
Booty. Yeah, Booty's been good, but Callum Whelan for me.
Yeah, we've got Callum there. Trainer says the same. Booty has been very good distributing ball. The sweet left foot, he certainly has. Darcy's wanting to buy a Booty doll, so we'll get that added to the list for the getting made. Keep them coming in. I mean, we've got about 5 minutes left. As I say, we had hoped that there might have been an announcement for a Gateshead manager this week, but hey, it hasn't happened. But we're so glad that so many of you joined us as well for the second show in a week. We're not going to be doing this every week, 2 shows a week. Just when it's needed. Let's say we've got 1 second. It was good to see Bellahoon back fit on Tuesday. Yes, a little bit worrying that we haven't heard anything about Robbie Tinkler. I hope he went off more than anything else. He went off after about 20 minutes, didn't he, on Tuesday?
Along with the chances of winning.
Well,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
because he stopped a lot of things at the back.
I know, he's solid, like, isn't he?
He took over the Louis role, hasn't he?
We've been unlucky with our injuries this season. You know, some seasons we hardly get any, but this season we've started well. I mean, the first 2 games we lost 2 key players. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm doing an article like I was telling you before we come on air, and we've lost every centre half this year.
Well, if you still look at where we are, what we've done so far with the injuries, with the losses, with the managerial loss, we showed the club can bounce back from worse things. We showed it can bounce back from managerial departures when everyone was hoping that we'd keep a hold of Mike for the entirety of last season, and then history's repeated itself with Elliot this year. But hopefully Grayson is back soon as well. Yeah, he started off fantastic, like Greg, and then we just got those little niggling, well, not niggling injuries, but there's picked up the injuries, and I believe
could be 6 weeks. Could be somewhere around 6 weeks for Joe.
Let's hope he's back soon and not rushed back, because we'd rather have a strong and healthy Joe Grayson compete.
Maybe is that 6 weeks since the injury, or is that 6 weeks from now?
6 weeks from when I last spoke to him, could be, because he had some good news from the hospital. So, and he was running before the Wellstone game.
Yeah, I know Kenton was running as well, but I think he's just taken over because he has I think on the 16th for hernia operation. Then he should be back within a month after that, hopefully. Been very impressed with David Tron has been very impressed with Butterfield. His experience, it is.
Yeah, that's a really good shout, David.
Yeah,
we only talking about Butterfield the other day, where someone, I think it was Heavy. He just drops his shoulder and makes his space, and
he's not scared to shoot either.
Really impressive.
It's nice from a midfielder to see he's not scared to shoot.
We've got a message here from someone that does mess about with posh people. We've got Neil Robinson joined late due to a committee meeting at Lord's. Forget trying to do posh, lads. I get weeks of it at a time. We're very sorry, you bean.
Especially at Lord's, that must be. That's probably the cream of the crop gone in there, isn't it?
I hope he's enjoying the cricket at the moment.
Well,
it's been fantastic.
We've had some burning questions on this podcast, or chocolate in the fridge or in the cupboard. But is it a scone or a scone for Mr. Neil Robinson down there? Let's see.
It's definitely a scone. Take it from someone who used to make a boatload of them. It's a scone.
Oh, it's a scone. It's nothing better than clotted cream and strawberry jam, though, is there?
I'm more of a cheese scone. I do like a jam and cream scone, I must admit, but I prefer a cheese scone.
And what's first, the cream or the jam?
I put the cream on one side and jam on the other, and then squidge it together. and then I eat it delicately and classically, like I'm in Buckingham Palace Garden or a garden in Kells Lane. I'd be like. So also as well, someone's asking a question. When are you going to be back at a match, David?
Me, I've got another. I'm not long now. I'm not going south this winter, so that's good. So I'll see quite a lot of games. I've got about another 3.5 weeks on this island, and that's me done for the season, and I'll be off till March. So yeah, I'll get a lot of games. I can't wait. I was slightly down the other day just because I hadn't been to a football match yet. So I'm looking forward to this
picture up and all.
You've got what, sorry? Yeah, pick your picture. Yeah, that's going to the Lighthouse next season. Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
But really looking forward to getting the games again.
It's not my picture, by the way. It's Trina's daughter's picture.
I know. I'll display it when I get it. I'll show the viewers. It's
well,
good.
yes,
Anyway.
we'll have it on. We've got cheers for the show. Enjoy the weekend. Yes, thank you, everybody. As I say,
thank you.
Obviously,
Patrick's obviously had enough of it.
As I say, the servants are coming around to beat me with a stick later on for our cheat. But no, as I say, we had hoped we might have had some news on the show. Obviously, it was guesswork, but somebody had this advertised as 19 hours. I realized on the broadcast I had it as 9, but I changed it an hour before, so it was all good. Sorry, Steve, he's joined late. Can
I just come in where we've got Steely on? Did you see? It's not football related, but did you see the weather app for Nottingham yesterday? Have you heard about it? Apparently, they were going to get battered with 13,000 mile an hour winds, and the overnight temperature was 404 degrees.
Yeah, it just sounds like an average night, doesn't it? There, but yeah,
I was thinking, what the hell, Ken update?
Steve Farnfield's put, "I'll get you back." Yeah, sorry about that, Steve, but everyone else was there. But yeah, we had initially hoped that
Steve got his prediction in.
I'll get your prediction in, Steve, while we're waiting. We had initially hoped that there would be a manager announced. I hoped, but a lot of you have joined us tonight. It's been a nice, enjoyable show. Good viewing figures. Thank you very much. We know that you're doing, because we've had good viewing figures. We know that people watch together, so we can double and triple what the actual number is that we see. So it's always humbling. So thank you very much, especially when I didn't realize the England game was on. I don't pay attention to international football. So
they're getting beat, by the way. England are getting beat at home to Greece.
Yeah. Have 2-0 to the Heat. So there we go.
Hey,
look at that. We'll end on positivity. Lads, thank you very much. Everybody, keep let's see if we'll get a new manager before the game. Remember, the game is on the red button, 3:30 kickoff on Saturday. Enjoy it, and let's hope on Monday we'll pencil in, because hopefully we might have a manager, we might have a win, we might be in a decent draw in the FA Cup. So we'll pencil in for Monday, 8 p.m. Everyone, thank you for your company, and we'll see you then, and enjoy the weekend if you're traveling down.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
We would like to take this moment to thank our podcast partners at Patrick Sportswear for the continued support of the show.